you are a head of government, you are the leader of government business in the house. And it is for you to choose.
Now we now know. Kumbe it was not Katiba. Kumbe it is a continuation.
Eventually, actually, it is likely there will be two forces into 2012. One around Raila and Odinga, another one around Kalonzo Musyoka.
What is wrong? We are all Kenyans. Are we going to stand here and just fight over lead of government business?
Hatuwezi kuwa prime minister nje ya bunge na ndani ya bunge ni mtu mwingine anaongoza.
The country will not be allowed to have people precipitate a constitutional crisis. And clearly Kenyans are now getting fed up.
Tumesukuma ya kutosha. Hapa tumefika, hatuwezi kurudi nyuma tena. Kama wengine hawataki turudi kwa debe.
Ni kama sasa wananchi wameshindwa na vile ambavyo bunge ya sasa inavyoendelea na shughuli zake. Na if I hear correctly, wanasema kama mmeshindwa na shughuli za bunge lenyewe livunjiliwe mbali, murudi kwa wananchi. Kwa sababu haiwezi kuendelea namna hiyo.
Mimi sijateuliwa na rais. Sijapewa kazi na Kibaki. Mimi nimekuwa waziri mkuu kwa sababu chama cha ODM ina wabunge mingi zaidi kuliko chama mingine.
Bwana huyu amejiandikia barua kujiappoint yeye mwenyewe. Hiyo ni chanzo cha mchokozi cha kutengeneza parallel government. Kesho ataandika ya Chief of General Staff.
Raila insists that as leader of the party with a majority in parliament, the position of leader of government business was his.
Wengine wanasema tio Raila anataka ukubwa, yeye anataka utawala nini? Kama mimi nilikuwa mlafi wa kutaka utawala, ningekubali kupatia mwingine rais na mimi nikawa waziri mkuu.
Mheshimiwa Kibaki anashikilia serikali. In effect, ameandika, he has drawn the line, literally read the right act to both Mr. Speaker and the Prime Minister. That, if you also know effectively what that means, the letter that the President wrote, it's not a matter for negotiation. Either you go for the rule of law or you go for the law of the jungle.
Now, when you are a head of government, you are the leader of government business in the house. And it is for you to choose.
Now we now know. Kumbe it was not Katiba. Kumbe it is a continuation of people wanting to settle political scores.
But speaking after attending a Sunday service at the All Saints Cathedral, the Prime Minister dismissed assertions that he had directed his supporters to shout down the Vice President.
This is about this constitution. We are not talking about 2012. 2012 time will come.
Eventually, actually, it is likely there will be two forces into 2012. One around Raila and Odinga, another one around Kalonzo Musyoka. All the others are going to be on one side or the other.
Unajua waipa ni nani? Na waletea salamu kwa sababu hakuna tofauti ya sisi na yeye. Tuko pamoja. Tuko pamoja.
I have no difficulty with that, but the reality is we did not send anybody with any greetings.
This country is big, so we were not going to be holding just joint rallies all the times. We are going to allow other parties and individuals to hold rallies separate.
Why should we pull into semantics of two people fighting for power in government? Sometimes it's so embarrassing to see these two gentlemen, when they walk with the president in the middle, outpacing themselves to see who will be in front of the other. PNU served the first term. They are the leader of government business. This session, let it go to ODM. Next session, let it go to another party, and so on. What is wrong? We are all Kenyans. Are we going to stand here and just fight over lead of government business?
Because you have given communications from the chair on the need for the implementation of the Constitution in the manner provided for in the Constitution, I'm standing to seek your directions on how we should proceed in this regard, Mr. Speaker, bearing in mind, Mr. Speaker, the provisions of Standing Order number 47B, which, Mr. Speaker, forbade the bringing into this House of any motions or any laws or any bills that are contrary to the Constitution.
At 6 p.m., the State House Comptroller called the Prime Minister for the President to speak to him in Addis Ababa. Mr. Karoli Omondi actually answered the Prime Minister's phone. After consulting, Mr. Karoli Omondi said the Prime Minister was busy and would call back after 1.5 hours. It must have been the time he was actually reporting, hopefully.
I was not informed, Mr. Speaker, that anybody wanted to talk to me. But, Mr. Speaker, when I went out of the room to go and have some refreshments, I was confronted by a battery of journalists asking me if I was consulted about the appointments.
Who between the President and the Prime Minister is telling the country the truth? That is actually the issue.
Until later on, I was told that the President had appointed, in consultation with the Prime Minister, and appointed not Justice Paul Kihara Kariuki, but Justice Vishram, and not Mr. Fredo Jambo, but Mr. Gio Migai as the Attorney General. So, Mr. Speaker, at that point I said, when we discussed with the Honorable Secretary of the President, those two names never appeared anywhere. And, Mr. Speaker, I'm prepared to swear those two names never appeared.
Both of them confirm that there was consultation.
Point of order, point of order.
Prime Minister
point of order.
Himself.
Prime Minister has been very categorical that in two of those positions there was no consultation. I shall not be intimidated. There was no consultation.
They must not, these two gentlemen must not have the liberty to bring their cronies to us. The Judicial Service Commission must give us the names, and then all they do is to pick from a predetermined basket.
The Judicial Service Commission has absolutely no role to play in the appointment of the Chief Justice during this transition period.
And therefore, Mr. Speaker, I therefore insist that this process was done unconstitutionally and need to be nullified, and that we start afresh, Mr. Speaker.
Tuko pamoja kwa serikali moja ya mseto ya ODM na PNU. Hiyo ndio ukweli wa mambo.
The head of the civil service, Francis Mathaura, added salt to injury when he chipped in with his comments about their salaries.
You should continue to be drawing the salary at the same level as the Vice President.
Prompting a quick reply from the Prime Minister.
I'm willing to be remunerated somewhere between the President and the Vice President, but not as an equal of the Vice President.
Nataka nikuombe uje hapa mbele Bwana Prime Minister uweze kuwazungumzia.
George Saitoti would find himself at a loss for what to do in front of the public as the Prime Minister refused to speak before the Vice President. So far,